Thank you very much. Our next speaker is Dr. Remya Raghavan, and she is going to tell us how to write an original article. Dr. Remya.
Good afternoon. So my topic is on how to write an original article. So what is an original article? So original article is the one that is written by a person or a number of persons who have done the actual work, the actual research work. That is, if you're going through many studies and then you're compiling and writing an article, then it is not an original article. So what is importance? Why should you write an original article? If you are doing a research, then the result has to be shared with the world. So there are many ways to share your result with the world, but one of the common practices is to publish it in a very good scientific journal. And a researcher is known by the number of publications in a good scientific journal. So the first step in writing an original article is to do a thorough literature search. Like Dr. Neena said, you have to do a very thorough literature search. So you can use the different search engines, different platforms like PubMed. So you go through different studies so that you can highlight the findings of your study. Now the second step is to identify a good journal. And then you go to their website, download the author's guide, go through the author's guide. So all the instructions will be given in the author's guide. So you have to go through that. Your article's design and organization, the bibliographical style, the format of tables and figures, everything is written in that. So the reference style, the amount of words that can be included under each section, everything is written in the author's guide. So you have to write the article according to that. Now, the third step is to write the article itself. So, in order to focus on your topic more clearly and to make it more appealing, original article writing can be divided into different parts, like 7 different parts. So, those include the title, authors and affiliations, then abstract and keywords, introduction, materials and methods, then the results, discussion and conclusion, acknowledgements, references, appendices or annexes. The first one is the title. So title is the one that should catch a person's interest, like you are searching for something in the net and the title of your article comes up. So that should be a catchy one. Then only a person will go and download the full text and go through it. And it should be a brief one, but you should include something about the study design and it should have the essence of your article. Like the different, in the first one you can see it is a retrospective analysis and important keywords should be there. Now next is authors and affiliations. So here the first author is the person who has contributed maximum towards the manuscript. The order of other authors like second author, third author. So that sequence is also determined by the relative contribution towards the manuscript. What is this affiliation? That is acknowledgement towards the institution or organization that has helped you with the research work. So here you can see the authors just below the title and the affiliations below that. Now coming to abstract, again this is a very important part of the article. So here you have to give the important concepts of your research work and the important outcomes also, because mostly if a person decides to go through the article, then he will be going through the abstract first. So that has to contain everything about your article, but it has to be a very brief one. So that is the abstract. So you can see that everything is included there, but it has to be a very brief one. Then comes keywords. So keywords are very important because it increases the visibility of your article. And the keywords have to be chosen very carefully. You should make sure that it is a mesh word. And the correct terms regarding your work should be there as keywords. So then only it will come up when a person does a search in the net. Next part is introduction. So here you have to give the why you chose this study. What is the importance of that particular matter? What are the problems that are unanswered? And what is your claim? What you can do? What are you trying to prove? And here you can include some minimum number of references under this particular part. Next is materials and methods. So here you are going to explain the different steps of your study. That is, if another person wants to replicate the same study, he should be able to do so. So the different steps of your study should be included under this particular part. Now comes the results. Here all the information that you gathered from your study should be included under results. But there is no need to go further, like you don't have to interpret your results here because that is only you have to state the results. Interpretation is given under discussion part. Here the importance of the work, the why you did, what is the relevance of your study, that should be there in the discussion part. So you don't have to repeat whatever you had written in the introduction side part or the results part here. But the most important findings of your study can be included in maybe around 3 or 4 sentences as the beginning part of the discussion. And then you can compare it with the other studies. Like why is your study important, or what are the similar studies, or what are the studies that have given contrasting result, and why it is like that. So that can be discussed under the discussion part. Next is conclusion. So here this is again a very brief one. So here you have to restate your topic and why it was important. You can then you can write about your claim, what point were you trying to prove, and then you can give a few opposing viewpoints, and then you can say why your point is highlighted, why it should be highlighted. And also don't forget to include something about a possibility of a future research in the field. Now comes acknowledgement part. So again, this is also a very brief part of the manuscript. So here acknowledgement is given to all those who have directly contributed towards your study, like other authors, non-authors like colleagues, funding sources, editing services, etc. But it has a very brief one. You shouldn't be thanking God, your parents or spouse for their moral support here. So it has to be an academic one. Now next is references. Again, this is very important. These different styles of references are available. So you have to go through the author's guide once again, look at the reference style that is preferred by the journal, and then accordingly you set your references. And it is listed in the order in which they appear in the manuscript. And make sure that it is less than 5 years old, and try to choose it from some original article, not a review article. That is the references part. Now annexes or appendices, both are supporting or additional information. Appendices are actually part of the manuscript but comes as the last part of the manuscript, that is after references. They are usually very small. Whereas annexes are larger amount of work or additional information that is submitted separately, that is annexes. So that's all about my topic. Thank you. Thank you, Smita Madam and KSOS for including me in your IC.
Thank you, Dr. Remya, for that very simple presentation, which we all enjoyed. I hope all of you know about it, but for an original article, when you're writing a prospective study, you need consent of the patients as well as the institutional review board approval. But if you're having a retrospective study, then you do not need patient consent, but you still need an institutional review board, because sometimes we in our journal get a lot of queries in this regard. It's like a blanket, no need of consent for retrospective studies. It is not so. You still need an institutional review board approval. Thank you very much.